Good board, Josh. One more. Ooh.
1v1, let's go.
All right. 16-19.
Come on, Roz, game point.
Ooh, it doesn't matter. Woo.
All right, come on.
All right.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And with us from the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Rudy Gobert is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Smart. Then it's Durant. And it's George in a shooting guard. And for Golden State, Isaac out there with Towns. Then it's Malik Monk. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Cornette in at center. And it's the Warriors to start out. And one thing, Greg, you notice about both these teams, they look to play through the passing game.
And all the better for us. I mean, as fans of the game, seeing that kind of flow and teamwork, it just makes the game fun to watch.
Finishing through contact always fires you up. Smart is really just their spark.
Here's Monk. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
And the slam, if Rudy gets that ball anywhere near the rim, he is going to finish it.
Isaac right side. Fade away. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, that's what you get when you go for style points with the fadeaway. And look, he paid the price.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
They're finding every shot they've wanted so far. A perfect 3 of 3 to start the game.
Richard, it's absolutely amazing what Durant can do on the floor on a consistent basis.
He's got the height and the size to play inside, the skill to run the offense. He's just a freak out there. One of the most accomplished players in the game. Durant's sole focus is to continue contending for titles.
And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this hit.
Now, here's Monk. Marcus Smart missing that last shot, and it's sent back by George. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Brunson the pass to Towns. Back to Brunson. Clock at 6. Pass to Towns. 6 feet out. And there's Monk on the assist by Towns. Monk's got his second basket of the night.
And Monk's just got a good feel for kind of how to exploit the defense, especially about how quickly he gets his shot off after getting the pass.
Out to a hot start. 4 makes and 5 shots to begin this ball game.
Here's the pass to Cornette. Back to Brunson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And there is a lot to like about Jalen Brunson's game. He pays attention to the details.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And we know they like having Brunson out there, Greg, a player they can run the entire offense through.
no doubt. And he can be trusted on to take the keys and just run things effectively. He keeps mistakes to a minimum, and he's a solid creator for his teammates.
And both free throws good for Brunson. RJ, the Warriors' dominance of this era has put them among the best franchises of all time.
Yes, I would completely agree with that. No one comes close to the Lakers and Celtics, though, Kev. The Warriors, after the Spurs, I think the Spurs are 3, but the Warriors and the Bulls, because they had 2 dominant eras, and not much really before and not much really after.
And Gobert showing how much he wanted that basket.
Monk with the ball. He's picked up by KD. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. Now we get a chance to check out the seeding out west. 4 games left on the schedule here. You look at Chicago. If the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
But it's something we expected. This team was built to compete with anyone.
Oh, how about the read from the young fella? Isaac is dependable at anticipating when to go for the block.
Cornette kicks to Towns.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Smart. That misses off the backboard. Warriors trail by 7. Now here's Brunson. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
I love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there and just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
Now here's Smart. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Count that one. Smart's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Unloads from 13. Second chance shot, and it's Zubac laying it in.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
Passes it to Brunson. Driving in. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
George against Monk. Zubac's in the post. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Karl Anthony Towns.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. And I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. To the inside. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for Gobert? And he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding. Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Larry Nance is checked in for Luke Cornette. Williams comes in for Towns. And it's White in for Monk.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Durant against Williams. Down low. Here's Nance. And it's good. Assisting in the play was Williams.
And what I like about Nance Jr. is how he positions himself. Knows his strengths on offense and plays to them.
Durant, the pass to Zubac. Yep, that one goes in there. Zubac has got his second bucket tonight.
Already, they've piled up 8 second chance points.
The kick out to Williams. Isaac outside. Drills it from outside.
You just can't let Isaac get that much room
to shoot it from deep. He's a very consistent three-point shooter with a fluid shooting form.
And so it's Chicago, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We've got more in store for you right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Chicago.
They've put their hard hats on and gone to work on the offensive boards. Those second chance points can really energize a team.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for Chicago. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Taking a look at the Bulls, we've got Durant. Ivica Zubac is out there with Rudy Gobert. Then it's Paul George, and it's Smart in at the point. Richard, over your 17-year career, you played the full 82 games 4 times. 4 times. That's more than most. How difficult is it to do?
It's really hard, but especially as you get older, but it's more of a mindset. It's how you take care of your body, you know, if you need to make sure you're getting the extra rest. But ultimately, you take pride in showing up to work every day. I come from that generation. My vets were the guys in the 90s. So you took pride in that. And I think some of that pride has gone away.
He's off on the second. Warriors trail by 7. And Durant sends it back.
A tremendous defender. Durant's length can cause major issues for the offense.
Williams against Durant. Williams kicks to Brunson. Back to Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over KD.
Such an underrated defender. Kept Durant affecting that shot.
George. And George with the stuff.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Brunson, that's a 2-pointer. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. George against White. George passes to Gobert. Smart deciding where to go with it. Nobody near George. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
Just a heads-up play by Smart, pushing the ball ahead. He knows not to hold that ball when someone has a good look ahead.
Count it, good. Williams has got his first 2 points.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
And when it comes to Kobe White, a young guard who shoots with assertiveness.
Well, he's a guy that knows his role, Greg. And when he's out there, his teammates encourage him to shoot the ball because they know how hot he can get. Laser focus from Durant. Nothing comes between him and the bucket.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Well, once upon a time, Kevin Durant said he was tired of being second. Now, some thought he was chasing clout, but he clarified it, saying, I just lost in the finals. It wasn't about I want to be the best ever. I don't care about that. I want to wake up every day and do what I do. If we win, I know that comes with me being the best that I can be. Kevin?
David, I love the fact he is focused on the process. And thank you for giving us that report. White dishes to Williams. Golden State moving the ball around. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Now we have a chance to see the teams that have been the NBA's best three-point shooters this month. Number 1, the Bulls. Second, the Warriors.
And both of these teams are really lighting it up from long range, shooting with tremendous confidence. This is a great game to watch. You almost have to expect a shootout when they meet.
The first free throw is good. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Golden State. Towns comes in for Isaac. And Williams drops them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Williams against Durant. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. And finished off by Gobert.
The elevated playmaking of Durant. Passes like that really bring the team closer together.
Pass to Cornett. Back to White. Outside Williams. Over Durant. And Durant sends it back.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
It's George on the wing. Over White. It's Chicago with another bucket.
I loved his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Brunson finds Williams. Shoots over KD. Got that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut back down to 10 points after they get the bucket from Williams. Outside, Smart. And it's Zubac atop the key. Right side, George. Outside, Durant. High post, Zubac. Here's Smart. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Right through the contact. Gobert's added so much strength since being drafted back in 2013. It's helped all facets of his game.
And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last.
It remains Golden State basketball.
Monks checked in for the Warriors. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Believe it or not, the regular season is almost over, Greg, for teams that are out of the playoff picture. What's important now?
Well, I think, Kevin, first you need to self-evaluate. Check out your roster. Who do you keep? Who do you let go? And then once you figure that out, you start thinking about which guys to bring in.
A moment now to check out some numbers for Paul George. Here's White. Still scoreless. The kick out to Towns. Clock at 4. Golden State needs to get off a shot. There's Williams with the 3.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
KD passes to George. Back to Durant. From past the arc, Kevin Durant, bullseye, money on the 3.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Here's Williams, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Williams has got 10 points in the quarter.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Hey, when you trust your shot like he does, it doesn't matter how much size you're giving up. He feels the mid-range in his territory.
Durant with some nice D.
Give the defender credit, willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
Towns with the steal. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Williams kicks to Monk. Three-pointer. Got it. He's now 3 for 5 from the field.
You know, you got to admire the range that this guy has. Monk just no fear when he pulls up from deep.
And there is the whistle that goes on Kobe White. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
5 seconds left now here in the second. Here's George. Buries it down low. George has got 12 in the game.
Working hard for those 2 points. PG can score it from just about anywhere on the floor.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Chicago. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Kevin. You look like you're in a great flow. What is happening out there?
My teammates doing a great job of looking for me. I'm just trying to finish plays. Post-up is working for us a little bit, so, you know, I think this second half they're going to come on me and double a little bit, so I got to kick off these shooters for good shots.
We'll see how the adjustments work. Thanks a lot, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points and 1 block. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. And, Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
You guys know I appreciate when a team takes a commitment to attack in the painted area. When you get those high percentage looks, this league.
And Kenny, how'd you think the Warriors were playing?
Well, it's never fun. When you're playing against a team that's on fire. This team was on fire. They showed effort on defense, but it didn't matter. They couldn't get the stops. I don't think the opponent can sustain this kind of shooting.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from George.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. So with Williams on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Jalen Brunson out there with Monk. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns.
3 points.
And it's Cornette in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Entering the league as a defensive stopper and a hustle guy, Greg, Marcus Smart has really rounded out his game.
And Kevin, he's put in the work. Retooled his shooting mechanics, playmaking style, but what's been most consistent, he still steps up in the biggest moments on both sides of the ball.
Outside, Smart. And the pass to Zubac. Offensive rebound, Gobert. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Cornette kicks to Monk. That's a 2 from Towns. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Smart. Doesn't go that time. Brunson with some nice D. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
So it's Chicago now. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Pass to Smart. He kicks it to Gobert. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. To the paint. Here's Towns. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Gobert's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's George. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got his 4th assist in this one.
And we know George can score from all 3 levels, which is why he's capable of catching fire.
Monk, the pass to Cornette. Basket counts.
And finding his teammate in stride, he led his guy perfectly.
Smart kicks to George. Brunson against Smart. Looking to end his cold spell, and it's good on the way in. Smart's got 6.
Certain players search out contact. It's a skill. Marcus Smart is one of them. He is normally the person initiating the contact.
Driving the lane. Here's Towns. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoided fouling and got in perfect position to alter that shot.
Brunson the pass to Isaac. From 15 feet away, and there's Monk on the assist by Isaac. 11 points in the game.
His shot has been on point from the opening tip. He's pretty much kept them in the game.
Pass to George. Back to Smart. The 3. It's good from long range.
Timeout.
And the Bulls lead by 18.
Just such a quick release there by Marcus Smart. You love to see that just catch, touch, and release.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
I'm sure Coach is going to give them an earful about that. He can't be happy with that soft interior D.
Changes in for the Warriors. Harry Nance is checked in for Luke Cornette. Wiggins comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Kobe White in for Jalen Brunson. The Bulls also changing it up. Ben Simmons is checked in for Gobert. Brandon Clark comes in for Ivica Zubac. Bays subbed in for Durant. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Thanks very much, Kevin. We have seen officials cracking down in recent years on traveling violations. The sense from the league was with the freedom of movement rule changes, it was becoming almost impossible to defend if ball handlers get away with, let's call it, extra footwork. It's been an adjustment for the players, but they're talented enough to make that adjustment. Kevin?
Yeah, they are. You're right. A high skill level indeed. D.A., thank you.
2 minutes remaining.
George against Monk to the inside. Here's Wiggins. Rebound by the Bulls. They'll take on the Thunder at Paycom Center after this one. And that game will be game 3 of 5 away from home.
And a little verticality there from George, not to mention the timing between those two on the alley-oop.
Monk against George. Just 5 on the clock. Wiggins kicks to Isaac. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Isaac's got his second basket of the night.
D was too focused on Wiggins scoring. Easy give to his teammate.
On the wing, George. Another shot, and Clark puts it in. And the Bulls lead by 19.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
Wiggins dishes to Nance. Here's Monk, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
And Monk is a good shooter from the mid-range. He's only going to get better the more he looks to shoot from there.
Simmons passes to George. And it's White with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Wiggins. Ben Simmons with the rebound.
And the defense was all over him once he got in close. Didn't want him to get too comfortable.
And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the Bulls. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21 points and counting. Back right after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for Chicago to start the fourth. Durant is out there with Gobert. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then it's Neesmith. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with it.
Simmons dishes to Gobert. Outside, Simmons. Oh, the lob to Gobert. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Just playing with the defense. That vision from Simmons is hard to stop.
Simmons against Brunson. Basket good.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Durant. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 17.
So polished from the interior. Durant is terrific at utilizing his physical advantages down on the block.
Brunson against Simmons. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And the defense allowing some room here on the inside in the second half, and they're taking advantage. A lot of their points coming from in the paint.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
These guys have been hitting the offensive boards hard throughout this whole game. Great job converting the extra opportunities.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
And now with 2 3-pointers in each half, he's really doing his all to help his team out from deep.
Here's Williams. Durant with some nice D.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Brunson scanning the floor. Gobert with the block.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And the Bulls making a change here. Zubats is checked in. Now a timeout called by Golden State. So here's one for you, RJ. Is there anyone in the league right now that reminds you of yourself as a player?
Now, we're talking about me in my prime, and I hope these players don't get disrespected, but Jaylen Brown and Andrew Wiggins, just the way they play, some of the moves that they make, like I can see myself doing those things.
Brunson, no good. Chicago leading by 20. Simmons with it. Now guarded by Towns. And the dunk by Zubats.
He's not much of a threat to score, but Simmons dishing it, he can do it with the best of them.
Pass to Brunson. On its way from Monk for 2. They can't stop the run with that one. Bulls have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Simmons on the wing. Brunson covering. Right side, Simmons. And then Simmons slams it in.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. It's sent back down by Simmons.
An excellent defender, whether Simmons is in the post or roaming the perimeter. He's a shot-blocking threat.
George against Monk. Here's Cornette. Gobert with the block. Outside, George. And Richard, cap smoothing is part of this new labor deal with the max 10% increases. Why is that important?
Well, it's so we don't get another KD and Warriors situation where the rich just got richer. Other players got contracts too, maybe a little too rich. I think the lesson was learned to smooth it out over time.
He scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And how committed is Monk there on the attack to the rim? When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to take it all the way.
And Gobert kicks to George. Over Monk. And there's Paul George on the assist by Gobert. 26 points for George. Brunson finds Monk. A floater. And the rejection by Zubats. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. Different look here for the Warriors. Larry Nance is checked in for Luke Cornette. Isaac comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. Andrew Wiggins checked in for Williams. And it's Kobe White in for Monk. Chicago also making some changes. Clark, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Neesmith comes in for Ivica Zubats. Bays subbed in for Paul George. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Here's White. He drains it from the right block.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Chicago.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for George.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
Back to Simmons. Count it.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped a switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
It's White on the wing. Back to Brunson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Ben Simmons.
Oh, staying strong inside. Brunson going right into the coverage to get the call.
And the first one drops.
In one area where Brunson's improved is in the clutch. He's a monster in crunch time. Nice to have a player you can depend on in those key situations.
And here is Simmons. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Marcus. It is obvious you never mind sacrificing your body to make the big play. How do you lay it on the line physically?
Just really, influence my teammates. I lead by example. They see the energy I bring, and I just hope it rubs off on those guys.
It certainly did tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. So long, everyone.